ఈ వీడియోలో మనము ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్ మీద కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చేద్దాం. ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్ అనేది ఒక క్వాడ్రిలేటరల్. ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చేసే ముందు ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్ యొక్క ప్రాపర్టీస్ తెలుసుకుందాం. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which opposite sides are equal and parallel. Both pairs of opposite sides are equal and parallel. ఇంకా a quadrilateral is a parallelogram if one pair of సో క్వాడ్రిలేటరల్ అనేది ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్ ఎప్పుడు అవుతుంది అంటే ఏ క్వాడ్రిలేటరల్ ఈజ్ ఏ ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్ ఇఫ్ వన్ పెయిర్ ఆఫ్ ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ అండ్ ప్యారలల్. వన్ పెయిర్ ఆఫ్ ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ అండ్ ప్యారలల్. సపోజ్ ఇది ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్ అనుకుంటే దిస్ ఈజ్ ఏ ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్. వన్ పెయిర్, ఈ రెండు ఈక్వల్ అండ్ ప్యారలల్. సో ఈ రెండు ఈక్వల్గా ఉండాలి, ప్యారలల్గా ఉండాలి. దెన్ ద క్వాడ్రిలేటరల్ బికమ్స్ ఏ ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్. ఆర్ లేదా టూ పెయిర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్స్ ఆర్ ప్యారలల్. అంటే ఈ పెయిర్ ప్యారలల్గా ఉండాలి, ఈ పెయిర్ కూడా ప్యారలల్గా ఉండాలి. అప్పుడు కూడా అది ప్యారలలోగ్రామ్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు కూడా ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్స్ ఈక్వల్ అవుతాయి ఆటోమేటిక్గా. వెన్ టూ పెయిర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్స్ ఆర్ parallel, then they becomes equal. Or two pairs of opposite angles are equal. That is, this angle, the pair of angles, and this pair of angles are equal. Then that quadrilateral becomes a parallelogram. Or diagonals bisect each other. These are the diagonals. If the two diagonals bisect each other, that means they intersect at their midpoints, then the quadrilateral becomes a parallelogram. So a quadrilateral becomes a parallelogram under any of these conditions. ABCD అనే parallelogram లో ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్స్ ప్యారలల్ గా ఉంటాయి. AB is parallel to CD and also AD is parallel to BC. Opposite sides are parallel and also equal. Therefore, AB is equal to CD and also AD is equal to BC. And opposite angles are equal. Angle B is equal to angle B. Also, angle A is equal to angle C. Opposite angles are equal. And the adjacent angles are supplementary. పక్క పక్కన ఉన్న యాంగిల్స్ సప్లిమెంటరీ యాంగిల్స్ అవుతాయి. అంటే సమ్ ఆఫ్ దోస్ టూ యాంగిల్స్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 180. అంటే సమ్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ టూ యాంగిల్స్, యాంగిల్ డి ప్లస్ యాంగిల్ సి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 180. సిమిలర్లీ యాంగిల్ బి ప్లస్ యాంగిల్ సి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 180. యాంగిల్ ఏ ప్లస్ యాంగిల్ బి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు 180 because they are adjacent angles. Angle A and angle D are adjacent angles. Therefore, their sum is equal to 180. So, sum of any two adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees. And adjacent angles are supplementary in a parallelogram. Next, the diagonals bisect each other. The diagonals bisect each other. That means they intersect at their midpoints. This intersected portions, this portion is equal to this portion and this is equal to this. These are the properties of a parallelogram. Now we will do some problems on parallelogram. So first problem, in a parallelogram, angle A is equal to 75 degrees. Find all the other angles. So in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. So let us say that this is a parallelogram ABCD. A is given as 75 degrees. Opposite angle C is also equal to 75 degrees. Therefore, angle A is equal to angle C. That is, opposite angles are equal. Therefore, angle C is also equal to 75 degrees. Next, another property, the adjacent angles are supplementary. That is, sum of the adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees. That is, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, as angle A is 75 degrees, angle B is equal to 180, or angle B is equal to 180, 75 taking to the other side, minus 180 minus 7, that is equal to 105 degrees. So, angle B is equal to 105 degrees. And as opposite angles are equal, angle D, which is opposite to B, angle D is equal to angle B is equal to 105 degrees. Therefore, the angles are 75 degrees, 105 degrees, again 75 degrees, 105 degrees. So, all the angles of the given parallelogram are 75, 105, 75, 105. కాబట్టి మనకి ఏం తెలుస్తుంది ప్రాబ్లంని బట్టి, ప్యారలోగ్రామ్లో ఒక యాంగిల్ తెలిస్తే మిగిలిన 3 యాంగిల్స్ కనుక్కోవచ్చు. 2 ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఉపయోగించాము ఇక్కడ. ఆపోజిట్ యాంగిల్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ అండ్ ది అడ్జసెంట్ యాంగిల్స్ ఆర్ సప్లిమెంటరీ. ఆ 2 ప్రాపర్టీస్ ఉపయోగించి ఒక యాంగిల్ తెలిస్తే ఆల్ అదర్ యాంగిల్స్ కెన్ బి ఫైండ్ అవుట్. నెక్స్ట్, సెకండ్ ప్రాబ్లం. The adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 1:5. Find the angles of that parallelogram. So, adjacent angles are in the ratio 1:5. So, let the angles, adjacent angles, let the adjacent angles be 1 into x and 5 into x. Because as they are 1 in the ratio 1:5, we can write them as x and 5x, x and 5x. So, their sum x plus 5x, the sum of the adjacent angles. In a parallelogram, the sum of adjacent angles is equal to 180 degrees, because adjacent angles are supplementary in a parallelogram. Therefore, x plus 5x is equal to 180 degrees. X plus 5x means 6x is equal to 180 degrees, or x is equal to 180 by 6. 6 3 is 18, 0. X is equal to 30. So, the angles are x and 5x. That is, first angle is 30 degrees and the adjacent angle is 5x. 5 into 30, which is equal to 5 3 is 15, 0, 150 degrees. So, adjacent angles are 30 degrees and 150 degrees. So, the other angles are opposite to these angles only. Therefore, they are also equal to 30 degrees and 150 degrees. So, if we know one angle, we can find out all the other angles. If we know the ratio of adjacent angles, we can find all the angles. So, if the angles are in the ratio, adjacent angles are in the ratio 1:5, the angles are 30, 150, 30 and 150 degrees. Next, third problem. If the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram are 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters, find the perimeter of a parallelogram. The perimeter of a parallelogram or any quadrilateral is equal to sum of all the sides of the quadrilateral. Therefore, perimeter of this parallelogram is 6 centimeters plus 8 centimeters plus the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Therefore, the side which is opposite to 6 centimeters is also equal to 6 centimeters, and the side which is opposite to 8 centimeters is also equal to 8 centimeters. Therefore, 6 plus 8 plus 6 plus 8. 6 plus 8, 14. 14 plus 14, 28. Therefore, this is 28 centimeters. The perimeter of the parallelogram is 28 centimeters. This parallelogram is like this. A, B, C, D. Two adjacent sides, C 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters. Therefore, the opposite side 6 centimeters and opposite to this is 8 centimeters. So, 6 plus 8 plus 6 plus 28 centimeters. సో ఒక్కొక్క ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ చేయడానికి ఒక్కొక్క ప్రాపర్టీ ఉపయోగిస్తాం అన్నమాట. ఇక్కడ పెరిమీటర్ కనుక్కోవడానికి 2 అడ్జసెంట్ సైడ్స్ మెజర్మెంట్ ఇచ్చారు కాబట్టి ఆపోజిట్ సైడ్స్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ అనే ప్రాపర్టీ ఉపయోగించి పెరిమీటర్ కనుక్కున్నాం. In a trapezium ABCD, AB is parallel to CD. If A is equal to 50 degrees, that is angle A is equal to 50 degrees, angle B is equal to 70 degrees, find angle C and angle D. Trapezium means one set of opposite sides are parallel. Only one set of opposite sides are parallel. Let us draw a trapezium. Let ABCD be a trapezium. AB is parallel to CD. AB is parallel to CD. This set of opposite sides are parallel to each other. If one set of opposite sides are parallel to each other, that quadrilateral is called a trapezium. So here AB is parallel to CD and angle A is 50 degrees and angle B is 70 degrees. This is given. The other angles are to be find out, these two angles. So here these two lines are parallel to each other. So if we extend these two lines, parallel lines, that is AB and CD or DC, these two are parallel lines, and this line CB or BC is intersecting the two parallel lines. So it is a transversal. So angle B and angle C are internal angles lying on the same side of the transversal. So internal angles lying on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. That is a property in angles. So internal angles lying on the same side of the transversal are supplementary. Therefore, angle B and angle C are supplementary. That is angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, 70 plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle C is equal to 180. 70 degrees at this minus 70. So, angle C is equal to 110 degrees. Similarly, if we extend this AB, the line AB to this direction, and AD is a transversal, and these two angles are internal angles lying on the same side of the transversal, and they are supplementary. Therefore, angle A plus angle D are supplementary and they are equal to 180 degrees. Internal angles lying on the interior angles lying on the same side of the transversal, they are supplementary. Therefore, angle A plus angle D is equal to 180. Angle A is 50. Therefore, 50 plus angle D is equal to 180, or angle D is equal to 180 minus 50, which is equal to 130 degrees. Therefore, angle C is equal to 110 degrees and angle D is equal to 130 degrees. So, let us find out the sum of all the angles in the trapezium. So, A 50 degrees, B 70 degrees, C 110 degrees, D 130 degrees. So, adding 50 plus 70, 120, 120 plus 110, 230, 230 plus 130, 360, 360. Therefore, sum of the angles in a quadrilateral is equal to 360. So, the values are correct. Next problem, fifth one. In a parallelogram, what are the values of angle A plus angle B and angle A minus angle C? No value is given, but we have to find out the sum of angle A and angle B and the difference of angle A and angle C. Let us draw a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. This is angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D. We want angle A plus angle B. Angle A plus angle B. These two angles are adjacent angles. In a parallelogram, adjacent angles are supplementary. That means the sum of any two adjacent angles in a parallelogram is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degrees. Next, angle A minus angle C. This is angle A and this is angle C, opposite angles. In a parallelogram, Opposite angles are equal. So angle A is equal to angle C. Therefore, difference is equal to 0. Therefore, angle A minus angle C is equal to 0. As the opposite angles are equal, their difference is 0.